What's up, creative ones? It's Melissa, live from Nusa Dua, Bali. If you're here, say hello. I'm out here by the beach. It's our last day here on Nusa Dua. Nusa Dua. And I was just doing a couple sessions this morning. Good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Sending you so much love. Beautiful day here. It is so hot in general in Bali right now. Nobody told me that they were like, "Oh, it's the rainy season." Um, it's the rainy season. That's all they said. They didn't say how hot it was. So it's really nice to be by the coast. If you're here, say hello right in the comments below. Let me know where you're watching from. So I wanted to just come on and do a quick live about this because it's definitely been up in the collective. I've been experiencing it myself. So many of my clients have as well. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, if you are feeling trapped or you feel like you've done a ton of work and things are still not shifting for you, like a ton of inner work, you've done a lot of therapy, you've done a lot of programs and trainings and whatever, the in my experience, the biggest thing is that we have got to get to the energetic patterns, right? The energetic root to the cause of any discomfort, pain, or suffering. Of course, it's about belief systems. Of course, it's about emotional, programming and all these things, right? We're multidimensional people, so healing has got to be multidimensional. And when I say multidimensional, I'm talking about mind, right? The body of the mind, the dimension of the mind. That's our belief systems, right? Our programming, our conditioning, what we learn to be true, and our level of our experience of reality when we come in as souls. Our emotional body, what our emotional programming is, how we learn to relate and feel or not feel in our emotional body. Our physical body, what are the patterns of how we process energy in our physical bodies, our spiritual bodies, how we relate. And it's not just one thing. All of these bodies are interrelated. So, of course, if you shift one, it's going to shift all of them. But if you really want to get to the root of healing, you have got to go to the energetic pattern, or what I call a karmic pattern or a karmic imprint. Karma just being the level of consciousness with which one is creating or filtering, expressing life force energy, creative energy. If this resonates with you, let me know. So much of my own healing and transformation and creative expression over the years and training in my own evolution has taught me that it is so important, if we're truly going to heal or clear and evolve trauma, that it has to have a multidimensional modality or experience. And that's, of course, why I love art so much, because and painting and creative self-expression, because it bypasses the mind. We cannot heal trauma at the level of thought. That's why most therapy, while it can be helpful, if we're aware that we're in a quantum reality that we create on a quantum level, again, that we create multidimensionally, we will continue to tell and repeat our story and continue to create it if all we do is talk about it and not fix it. So I want to tell you how that works out with the masculine and feminine principle, and also the and how that gets expressed in terms of the healing process and our own growth and evolution. So healing in general is a feminine principle, right? Healing, restoration, reconciliation. It requires compassion. It requires self-acceptance. When we're lacking that feminine principle, or when it's really like underdeveloped in our own wholeness and our own development and our own growth and evolution, we lack compassion for ourselves, And truly, our power to heal is within ourselves. Of course, people can model that for us and give that to us when we need it. But ultimately, we need to learn to give that to ourselves, to grow that, to develop that muscle, if you will. For example, compassion within ourselves. Like, for example, I had this client this week who was so angry that she had not, performed at a certain level, of gotten certain things to do. And I said, the reason why, I was like, can you perform with more in the area of growing your compassion, like growing more compassion for yourself? Because that was blocking her ability to actually get things done, because she was at war with what was, and what she really needed in that moment was just more self-love, more self-nurturance. And this is true whether you're a man or a woman, right? This is our ability to empathize with ourselves, our ability to have compassion. It actually gives us more, makes us more productive, right? And that's the sort of masculine, more linear principle of output. The reality is that we need both, right? Okay, so back to healing is a feminine principle, compassion, feminine principle. And a lot of this is soul retrieval, right? We are retrieving aspects of ourselves that got fragmented off in trauma, or learned patterns or behaviors in the collective consciousness, or the collective trauma of human life. We're on the ancestral line. You may be, everyone pretty much, if you're alive now, it's just part of our evolutionary growth cycle. You are learning to unlearn different patterns of behavior, belief systems, cultural belief systems about yourself and about your potential and about what's true. And that what those belief systems that may be blocking your full self-expression and your healing and your wholeness, right? And your true creative power, your true creative potential as a creator being. So that is so important. So the feminine principle in all of us, male or female, is healing. It is feelings. We cannot if we cannot feel our feelings, if we cannot be in our emotional body, which is the feminine principle, we will not be able to heal. So that's why it's so important for women and men to be able to feel their feelings, not stay stuck in it, not cycle and ruminate and, identify with the feelings, but allow the feelings to flow. Learn how to transmute your feelings, because they're there to provide you with wisdom, and they activate our intuition and our insight. If we block them, or if we're running programs that say that it's negative, right? Like, there's a lot of spiritual beliefs out there that there are negative feelings or lower feelings. Of course there are denser feelings, but all feelings are valid. If we live in a polar universe, we will not know joy if we don't know how to be with our grief. That's part of the full spectrum, the full self-expression of life, right? Of being fully alive. And we cut ourselves off because we're so afraid of pain, because actually we create more suffering for ourselves that way. So it's so important for each of us, male or female, to activate our emotional body. That is the true awakening of the feminine. And the emotional body is actually the right brain. If you get into, energetics, the right brain is the creative. It's the visionary. It is the imaginative. It is the intuitive knowing. It is the intangible gifts that we all have. We all have them. They just need to be activated in our wholeness. Yeah? Is this resonating for you? Leave some comments for me below. So that's the feminine principle within healing. But if we just feel and we don't take action, right? We don't activate our masculine principle, which is action. It's speaking up for yourself. It's setting healthy boundaries from a place of love. You got to stay connected to the heart, which is the feminine energetic principle, right? Within all of us. That's why it's so important that within our expressing our wholeness, that we're integrated in these principles. And it's all energy. It's all just universal forms of expressing energy. And it's law, right? It's the law of creation, the masculine and feminine polarity. And we need both, right? And again, this is not gender specific. This is masculine and feminine energetics. It's all about energy. And if you truly want to heal, if you truly want to free and liberate yourself, you have got to activate, right? Reclaim, soul retrieve these aspects of your full self-expression, right? That's what healing is all about. It's returning to wholeness. And I take it one step further because I'm all about healing, but I'm also about evolution and this revolution that we're in, right? We need more than just healing, which is just returning to wholeness. We need to evolve and make decisions from a new place of consciousness, right? That's the evolutionary act. It's evolving beyond the past. It's taking the pain of the past, transmuting it into higher consciousness and to making better choices and better decisions for us as individuals and for the planet. And we need both the masculine and the feminine principles activated within each of us to step into our wholeness and our full self-expression as creator beings. And to know what energy is being called for, right? To be in the harmony of that. If there's too much masculine energy, if it's out of balance, it will show up as aggressiveness, right? That's the wounded masculine. There's still trauma there. It will be aggressive, bullying, destructive, and not in a healthy way, because not all destruction is bad, right? When it's disconnected from the heart, you can feel it. You can feel when the masculine principle is not connected to the heart, not connected to the feminine. When it is underdeveloped, right? When there's too much feminine energy and it's underdeveloped, people have a hard time setting boundaries. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Hard time setting boundaries, too identified with your emotional body, kind of stuck in the emotional flow without the ability to discern, to focus, to elevate your thinking, right, in a rational way, taking inspired action in your business, owning your value, making money, all that stuff is kind of masculine energy. And if it's going to be aligned and integrated from a place of wholeness, it needs to be connected to the heart. It needs to be rooted in a place of love, because people can feel that. It's all energy. Is this making sense? I would love to hear from you. My phone just died, so I can't really see the comments right now, so I'll have to reply later. But I wanted to invite you. I felt really called to, because I have a lot of people asking me about this lately. I'm going to, and with this potent Leo moon, as a fellow Leo, I'm super excited about this moon this weekend, and I felt called to offer an ancestral karmic alchemy process where we are going to go and clear the patterns that repeat on the ancestral line, whether it's dis-ease, whether it is emotional, mental illness, things that repeat, where it could be addiction or alcoholism or betrayal, abandonment, whatever pain is still activated on your bloodline that is showing up in you and that is blocking your own full self-expression. You want to, on behalf of your ancestors, right, and your children, clear, release, evolve, and reclaim the life force from those patterns, from that trauma. Most of us have the deep trauma and wounds and effects of war in our bloodlines, and we are the first generation to have the resources, the consciousness, the tools, the multidimensional modalities to break these cycles of pain and abuse and trauma and reclaim the life force, retrieve the soul back from these patterns so that we break the cycle, right? And we can evolve from that and and live freer, more liberated lives, and clear our bloodlines too, and set that up for our children as well, so that we can model that for them, and that's how we change the world. Yeah. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to be doing it this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, depending on where you are, it's going to be a 3-hour intensive. Private message me if you'd like to be included. This is not for everyone. This is for people that are really ready to break these cycles, to reclaim their masculine and feminine principle and the full range of expression in these areas. So if you have done a lot of work, a lot of healing work, and things are just not shifting, you want to get to the root. And this is it. This is the soul work. This is the soul retrieval. This is a journey. This is a creative journey. You know, my medicine is paint as medicine. It's potent energy medicine. There is ceremony and ritual and prayer, and we activate all the dimensions, right? And we clear it on all the dimensions. So this is a sacred process, and it will activate all of who you are. So get ready. And it does require your full self-responsibility for your energy, for your emotional body, your mental body, the thoughts, but it really is a powerful clearing. So if this is speaking to you, I want you to reach out to me, private message me, we'll get you enrolled. I'm super excited to share this. I've been doing private retreats and small intimate retreats. I've done a few here in Bali, and have been doing them on Martha's Vineyard in Austin. And I'm so excited I've been doing them. This is the first time I've done just the ancestral piece as a group. Usually I do it along with, you know, the masculine or the feminine line or the money line, which is also very important. And I may continue to do that, but I really felt called, like, I feel like people really need this ancestral piece right now. And it's going to free up so much of your energy. You're going to feel so much lighter. You're going to have so much more compassion. You're going to have so much more love. And you're going to be able to really receive the gifts of your ancestry and all the gifts that you may be denying because of belief systems, because of past trauma that's keeping you stuck. So you're not trapped. This is the key to your liberation. And if you feel called, private message me now. Sending you so much love. Bye for now.